Different stories or segments of stories involve different characters depending on what story they're trying to tell. But remember, as they're walking, they make it to Bountiful, and then all of a sudden Nephi gets the idea, let's build a boat. A wooden vessel, like a barrel. And he says, well, how do I make the tools? Or how do I make the bellows to make the tools? And it was this knowledge of metalworking that Nephi was then able to make the plates. See what they're doing there? They're setting up the setting for exposing what they were doing in the Book of Mormon. Because this first Nephi was the replacement of the 116 pages. And this was before they got involved with Sidney Rigdon. Because the Tree of Life came from Smith Sr. And so all of this first Nephi stuff, as Section 10 of the Doctrine and Covenants indicates, was their great and wonderful plan to deceive the evil ones who are trying to destroy the work of publishing the Book of Mormon. And so they mention Nephites, Lamanites, and so they've been in contact with Sidney Rigdon, who had possession of manuscript found of Solomon Spaulding, which had those names in it. Now, Lehi is a biblical name, which means jawbone in Hebrew, and Nephi is in the Apocrypha. Second Maccabees in the last, or First Maccabees in the last chapter. Second Maccabees, First Maccabees. It's in one of the Maccabees sections of the last chapter. And so you have to know the big picture before you start assuming who got it from where. But here in 1 Nephi chapter 19, Nephi is entering a segment here, and let's see, he's in the promised land now. He's in America. As Lehi has passed on, he's dead. Having escaped from Jerusalem, America. And Nephi is talking about, I'll read it. And it came to pass that the Lord commanded me, wherefore I did make plates of ore, that I might engraven upon them the record of my people. And upon the plates which I made, I did engraven the record of my father. Who's his father? Lehi. Who does the Lehi symbolize? William Morgan. And he says on these original first plates, he put the record of his father. The first 116 pages was William Morgan's record. And also our journeyings in the wilderness and the prophecies of my father, the predictions of destroying America by William Morgan. And also many of mine own prophecies have I engraven upon them. Yeah, I'll cover it. He was a part of the New Israelites, Smith Sr. was, in Vermont. The New Israelites were prophet tellers. Nathan, for example, destroyed the whole organization with his wood scrape prophecy, in which he believed that the end of America was going to happen on a specific date in January of 1801. Again, I have to have it right before me in order to remember, but yeah, so he gathered all his followers because they were Congregationalists, and you have to study Congregationalists. Congregationalists only accept members when they're voted upon by those who are already members of those who they believe are demonstrating that inner conversion to the organization. And so Smith Sr. and William Cowdery are not recorded as being members because they were never accepted as members. And so Smith never got to partake of polygamy in that. And then you also get confirmation from the Book of Mormon in 3 different locations that they were anti-polygamy. So as much as he was considered a master rodsman, as he was referred to, for divining, and they were treasure searching thanks to Justice Winchell, who came in and taught them counterfeiting and all sorts of fun stuff. Nathan also was involved in astronomy, also called astrology, but not the modern one of today your emotions are going to be strong as you meet a new friend. No, not that crap. Different. And I've done videos on it and books on it. But still, people don't distinguish the 2 types. But on the 27th of September, 23rd of September, or 21st of September, the date when Joseph Smith Jr. says that he went and got the plates. Look on your Stellarium program, because I'm sure you all have one, right? .org, not .com. .org, org. You'll get a virus if you go to .com. If you look in the skies for that date, you'll go, whoa, that's awfully close. If you know your Book of Revelation, chapter 12. And then you'll also have to know some other stuff about what Joseph Smith Jr. had told certain people, such as his wife Emma, and Alpheus Cutler, and a couple of others. They were well aware of the movements of the stars through the constellations, and applying them as signs for events to occur on Earth, the ancient astrology. And look at Joseph Smith's translation of Revelation 12. You have to go into the back of your Bible because they didn't put it in the footnote. Yeah, and so the Holiness to the Lord parchment that Smith Sr. obtained, that's not magic. That's Jewish mysticism coupled with the understanding of the movements of the stars through the heavens. Thus, the Jupiter stone that Joseph Smith was said to have had in his pocket upon his death. Real simple, guys. Don't just stop like I did with Copper Shop, or what D. Michael Quinn did with magic and the Mormon world, or Mormonism in the magic world, something like that. You got to keep going, and so yeah. Let's get back to Nephi then. And I knew not at the time when I made the original plates that I should be commanded, because Martin Harris was going to destroy them, to make these plates. Wherefore the record of my father and the genealogy of his fathers and the more part of our proceedings in the wilderness are engraven upon the first plates of which I have spoken. Wherefore the things which transpired before I made these plates are of a truth more particularly made mention upon the first plates. So yeah, they harmonized the Book of Mormon with the Doctrine and Covenants. So yeah, it's not a magical connection that, oh wow, these ancient plates knew that Martin Harris was going to destroy the 116 pages, man. That's awesome, dude. Radical, man. And so 3, and after I made these plates by way of commandment or necessity, or punishment by his daddy, Junior, how did you let Martin Harris destroy them? Get over here, I'm going to beat you with my belt. And they did that back then. I, Nephi, received the commandment that the ministry and the prophecies, the more plain and precious parts of them, should be written upon these plates. Yeah, the more pertinent parts concerning the end of the world, or America, and the things which were written should be kept for the instruction of my people, who should possess the land, the Americans, and also for other wise purposes which are known unto the Lord. And so he makes the other plates, and a greater account of the wars in contention are on them. And so, yeah, there you go. The Book of Mormon explained what happened in Mormon church history that led to the making of the Book of Mormon. And it was all right there in front of me, and all because I was thinking copper instead of Cooper. I missed the connection. I may have caught on well, yeah, I probably wouldn't have. But yeah, it's thank you for those who have pointed it out to me as I recognize my mistake. And 45 minutes, so we'll make this 3-segment series. But I've already done the video about the passage of Jacob, which the Book of Mormon video series had just covered. They're in that section right now with Jacob. Brethren, adieu. That was plagiarism, indicating that they're referring to Jacob being William Morgan, saying brethren adieu to his farewell address before he has to leave the country and pretend to be dead like Lehi, and because the brothers, the bad brothers, the Scottish Rites Masons, want to kill the York Rites Masons, who are thinking they're going to take over the United States government when it's their right to rule the United States government. See how all this works? Amazing. So I can keep going, but we'll stop me here at 47 minutes.